Like, what did you see on the border that made you say? I mean, I know you said it was a bunch of different things, but what would you say maybe the top 2 or 3?
Of time. Well, the first thing that happened was when I, you know, all right. So to go real deep into it, it didn't start in Tucson sector. There was other sectors that were getting smashed. So we were still turning people back. But other sectors were getting busy, overran, and they were the ones giving out the files to let people in. So you're seeing this at other sectors.
Okay.
Do you see what so you're hearing through the grapevine that, hey, we're just letting people in. Down in Eagle Pass.
Oh, really?
And you're hearing, you're like, dude, this is weird. Why are they letting all these people in?
Wait, letting people in?
Well, I think Myron will probably be better to explain it. We're giving them court dates for years in the future that they never show up to, and then ERO doesn't go and remove them afterwards.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, let me explain this real fast for the people. So, when you come into the United States, guys, illegally, right, and you run into Border Patrol, what ends up happening is you get apprehended, and then you get taken to a Border Patrol station where you're processed. And then they create something called an alien file on you, which is when he was mentioning file. That's what he means. You get an alien number. It's a 9-digit number, AO, whatever the hell it is, and then it's a 9-digit number, and that is going to be your alien registration number, right? And it used to be, right, this is where my mind got blown actually speaking to him. Most of the time there was a policy, and this was under Trump. Alien comes in, you're getting something called an expedited removal, an ER, okay? That means you are getting sent back within 2 weeks to Mexico, wherever the fuck you came from, right? Now, they're doing something called, which is fucking crazy to me that they're doing this now, something called a Notice to Appear Release on Recognizance, NTAOR, right? This is something that you never do, giving someone an NTAOR.
Repeat that so they can hear that, because this is big. Like, they never, I wasn't in at this time, but they would never do this.
So, one more time. So, when illegal aliens come in, they get apprehended. Under the Trump administration, they'll get something called an expedited removal, kicked out immediately within 2 weeks. They had to do it within 2 weeks.
And where they go in to just give themselves up, they were trying to cross, too.
Yeah.
They were trying to cross, and they were kicking them.
Yeah. So they would kick them, right?
Right.
Now, they're not giving them expedited removals. They're giving them Notice to Appears Release on own recognizance, which means they get apprehended by Border Patrol.
You're technically encountered.
Yes.
You've been encountered by the Border Patrol.
You get an alien number, and then they basically have you sign some documents and let you go.
We just take your word that you're going to be at XYZ street in this city. You're just going to be there.
Wait. She's telling me.
You don't know this, Walter?
No.
People don't know this
No, the
stuff?
American public doesn't know.
I'm from the islands, bro.
Nah,
Pick a coconuts and
bro.
shit.
That's fine.
I know,
but I'm serious. I thought everyone knew
so
this.
you're telling me I can come by the border, get caught, get released, and then go by my...
But not only that, they're showing up with neck pillows. They're looking at me like, I want you to work faster so I can go to my spot, because they know. They're showing up with neck pillows like we're Uber.
Who mandated this to happen?
I'm not here to say about political
I could talk about that.
I
could talk about that. So, and I don't want to really stress this to the American public. An NTAOR, guys, Notice to Appear Release on own recognizance. When I was an agent, I vividly remember going to Border Patrol stations. A guy would come in and he'd have information. Right, one of the illegal aliens, he might come in and he has information on a drug cartel or some shit. I'm like, I want to turn this guy into an informant. I would ask the Border Patrol, can you give him an NTAOR because this guy's good to go. I verified his family. I know where he's gonna be, etc. Can you guys NTAOR him for me? He's gonna work for me. They will literally look me in the eye and say, no, we don't do NTAORs. And I was like, okay, so I would have to take the guy. I give him an NTAOR on my own because as HSI we have immigration authority, so I'd have to do it myself. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of paperwork, but I'll do it myself. But now, which is crazy to me that he's telling me this, they're giving everyone NTAORs. You don't give NTAORs to aliens because they give you a bullshit address. They might not be there.
Yeah.
And they're
not going to show up with the judge.
And they're with kids, and we don't. And this is another thing. They're with children. This is the trafficking piece. And I don't want to cut you off. So
no, I'm done. I'm done. I just really had to drive home to them how this is not normal at all.
Oh yeah, and I'm not on a talk show, so I'll probably cut you off and look stupid,
Go
whatever.
for it.
They're with kids, right? So you show up with kids. We're not taking the biographical data of the children under 14. No picture, no fingerprint, bro. No one knows that.
Oh, shit.
We can't find these. We don't take, everyone else gets a mouth swab, a picture, an iris scan. We're taking severe data. Like, we're finding out. Like, we get the data on you. We're still letting you go. Children, we're not fingerprinting. They might not have documents, or they might have fake documents.
Holy shit.
So you could be from whatever country, go to the border with a little girl that's not your daughter, and you guys get sent to the same address.
No way.
And we don't have nothing on that girl. There's no bio data. You can't even take a picture.
Holy shit.
Under 14.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's why this needed to be spoken about. People think it's like, no, something has to be done. Once again, no biographical data under kids under 14. That's an NTAOR, right? Now, being Border Patrol, it's strictly a patrol agent. I'm not doing investigations. We have an intel, but it's not investigation. HSI is like serious investigations, bro. Like HSI, you're really looking into a lot of things. Yeah. So when he has a guy that he wants to NTAOR, over 4 years ago in the past, that's a guy that probably has a tie to a very serious
You're not
criminal
giving
organization.
NTAORs out. Like, it's got to be some really fucking good. Because you're putting your neck on the line to say, we're letting this guy in to the United States.
Because he's connected to X, Y, and Z. He knows he might be whoever connected. That could really crack a huge case, and we were still saying no.
Right. Yeah. They were telling me no every time. I had to do it myself. But now they're giving it to everybody. I'm fucking shocked. When he told me that, I was like,
and I don't want to say currently they're giving it to, but like, because they're getting ERs, expedited removal with credible fear, which is someone getting this guy is basically like, we want to remove you, but we're going to hear you out if you have credible fear, and we don't know what happens when an asylum officer hears about the credible fear. They might say it's a credible claim.
Okay, so this is another process way. Okay, so we went over just so the audience understands. There's 3 main ways that they're processing. So they got caught by Border Patrol. Mm-hmm. There's 3 main avenues they got processed, guys. Expedited removal, which they're not really doing anymore. NTAORs, which they're doing a lot, and then this third one you mentioned, which is expedited removal with a credible fear. Can you explain that to the audience what that is?
Expedited removal with a credible fear?
Yeah.
So when he was talking about ERs in the past, that's just like we're basically just getting rid of you. It's going on your record. We're not holding you in prison for what you did, because crossing the border is a crime.
Yeah.
Illegal entry. When we're holding you and we're going to expedite. So when you give somebody an ER, they're leaving, right? Like, we're just kicking you. You're not getting held in jail. ER gone. But there's a thing called an ER with cred fear, which we're not allowed to decide cred fear or not. So we're holding you in a prison. We're holding you in a jail. It might be like, we might outsource that to like a state prison.
Yeah.
So we're holding you. We catch you. We're holding you. But now you get a chance with a lawyer that you get for free if you want, or yourself, go talk to an asylum officer, and they decide if you have credible fear. If they say you have credible fear, you're still allowed to stay.
What is credible fear?
Good question. Really good question. So credible fear, it's a very I'm glad you asked that. It's an ambiguous term. Basically, it could be, I can't go back, they're going to kill me, or I have political things. So it's like almost claiming asylum.
Okay.
It's like, I have credible fear, and then if it's true, then you get asylum. That's why you go see an asylum officer.
So I could be a killer, be a good actor, and say, oh, they're going to do this to me when I go back.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You could.
You got my back, right, Doc?
Yeah.
And I stay.
You could, theoretically.
Yeah.
And that's crazy with the kids. So you're telling me they're not collecting any biometrics on the children?
When you say under 14. Which is the ones that you need to be collecting the data on. So if I change nothing else, we're going to start taking bio data of children.
Because imagine a young guy, a kid as a guy, right? Yeah. At 14 years old or 13 years old. They probably done crimes back home.
Yeah. Well, I've seen in the news, and I'm pretty sure this is the case, and I saw this. So it looks, I don't want to speak out of turn. We don't even have Venezuela's criminal stuff. We can't even see if you committed crimes in Venezuela.
Yeah.
You could be a murderer over there. We don't, and charged for it and got out of jail. We don't know. We can't look into that.
There's countries that will share their criminal history of individuals. Venezuela will not.
What about India?
I don't know if they do or not.
You have to reach out. You can reach out, but we
need our streets clean.
This guy.
I see all those memes.
What? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
But yeah,
I can't take my eye off this kid's wrist. It's like shining.
So let me.
You mind if you float me that for a couple weeks? No, I'm joking.
Got you, bro.
So they're basically just letting these guys in with an NTAOR, which is wild because, guys, for an NTAOR or notice to appear, release on own recognizance, that means you're going to see an immigration judge at a later time. All you need to do is give an address.
Any address works. We'll take any address. We'll just take your word for it. You give the address.
So they get arrested, process, then they walk out.
No. They're not walking. We're paying for them to fly somewhere, brother.
Wow.
Wait, you're paying for their flight too?
I'm not paying for your pay. We're all paying for it.
Taxpayers are paying.
Wow.
Free flights,
They're getting flown out. They're getting flown out, bro.
Anywhere they want to get flown. You didn't know. I can't believe you guys didn't know this. I'm sorry. This is so normal to me.
Bro, we're flying people out.
Now do you understand why I'm talking about?
What?
Now do you understand why I'm saying all this?
And we ain't even smashing.
This guy was crazy.
Hold on.
Can you have a little decorum for Christ's sake? I'm in a freaking uniform.
Yeah.
Fresh, I agree.
No. Hold on. No, this is actually fucking crazy.
You never seen the airport videos at Tucson? They just wave. They're not even going through like the TSA lines all misconstrued. It's like they have their own separate line in the airport. They're not paying, and then they're getting paid. They're getting the food stamps. They're getting everything the American taxpayer is getting. In some states, I think they can become cops. I'm like, I'm waiting for the guy to pull me over. Put me in jail for speeding. They can become cops in some states. Or it was like, or maybe like they were trying to talk about them becoming cops. And in California, Newsom struck it down. I just saw AB 1840 up to 120 G's down on a house down payment.
Really?
He struck it, yeah.
Bro. And again, when I was in Laredo from 2014 to 2018, we were giving everybody expedited removals. That means they were coming in, Border Patrol was telling them, get the fuck out of here immediately. This was under Trump. They're getting turned away within 2 weeks because the expedited removal is the best way to process them because it's quick. It's a quick file.
It's easy peasy.
Get them out of there within 2 weeks. It doesn't cost the American taxpayers a lot.
It goes on their record. It goes, if they get a few of them, you can reinstate it. You can keep, if they do it a certain amount of times, if somebody, we can put them in jail for sex. We can penalize them. It's there. You can see it.
Yeah. So when you come in illegally the first time, it's something called 1325, 8 USC 1325, illegal entry. Then you come in again after you've been deported, like with an ER. They can charge you with 1326, which is a felony reentry, illegal reentry.
And we can maybe reinstate the ER or we can charge you with that 1326 and you can make time over it.
But the point is, the reason why the ER is so good for the American public and the country.
Without the cred fare.
Without the cred fare.
Because they add that in there. Now it's, they're getting ER'd. But
it's ambiguous.
It gets them out of there quickly. It doesn't cost the taxpayer a lot because we're not housing them for long. Typically, they're getting turned back within 24 hours, especially if they're Mexican. Well, because Mexico's right there.
You just give them to their federales. You just give them to their guy.
You're just giving them to their Mexican police, like at the port. You transition them over.
Okay.
So it works. It's the best for everybody, right? Quickly done. They're still processed. Biometrics are fully there. They're getting out. We're not expending a lot of American dollars.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me that we're letting them in and we're paying for flights?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're killing American citizens. People, they've gone on to kill people.
Wow.
I mean, I've sat and I have pictures, and I'll send it to you.
Wow.
I took a picture at the hospital. The guy had a 13 on his hand. We're paying for his hospital bill. So if you're crossing now and you fall off the fence and you break your, I think this guy broke his leg. I don't want to go into the hip about it, but he was in the hospital for days. They're getting surgeries on the taxpayer dime, and then we're releasing him from the hospital.
He was a gang member?
You got the 13 on his hand,
God.
bro.
MS-13.
We got American citizens here that need help medically. And they're getting it for free?
No, forget that. What about the kids, because I've been thinking about this, what about the kids that they're like a little bit older than us and they were like 18 around 9/11 and whatever you want to feel about the war. They rose their hand and they went to war for this country, bro. They come back, they can't get nothing now. They're homeless. They don't get they don't get any medical. And what about the kids that died over there?
Yeah.
Whatever you feel about the war, they were 19, 18, 20, 21 years old. They went and died on a foreign land, never to see their parents again.
Yeah.
And now we're bringing people in and just giving them stuff for free.
You're right.
We should be giving those families the money, bro.
Yeah. Dude,
and then people are scared to speak out. It's like, well, if you're scared to speak out, then I understand you got a mortgage, you get a family, but it's like, at what point? This is my whole thing. What point when do you speak out? When it's too late, right? Or it's easy.
And here's the thing, dude. I didn't even know this was going on. Where
and
we're giving them flights. NTAORs?
That's like the most. They're getting
fight to even they would never out.
They're getting flown around. They're not coming with thousands of dollars paying for their own plane ticket. Well, they're okay. The government isn't giving them flights. It's going through the NGOs, brother.
Oh, okay.
Non-governmental organizations.
Okay.
It's not a border patrol flight. But essentially, we're giving those NGOs money. Those NGOs are using. So it's not border patrol giving them flights. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the NGOs, which is they're still getting a free flight.
Well, they're still getting free flights
from these NGOs. Where do they get their money? Grants from the government.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. Did you have something?
And then there's trucking. Then there's trucking company, like bus companies. Like, dude, like this is like a whole operation. Then they were in tents. Then they get them in they have like staging operations for them to stay and stuff. And then there's like cops that are getting paid on the dole to like guard the area. Then they're not reporting the crimes. In New York City, Midtown, there's 75% of all arrests were basically NTAORs, people that we encountered. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys' heads are buried in the sand. You guys gotta start reading the papers.
That's
60% of the arrests in Queens are people that we let into the country. 60% of all arrests in Queens.
Damn.
And that's why you guys got a younger audience. Like I like you guys. Wicked cool dudes. I want to spread this to like the youth. You know what I mean?
No, it's great. No, because a lot of people don't know this. I mean, obviously we see what the fuck is going on in Colorado. I guarantee a bunch of those people
in Chicago. Yeah, they were all let in. They're no respect, man.
Wow.
Bro, and then it's funny and it's a joke and you shouldn't speak out until it's your mother or your sister that was brutally raped and murdered.
Exactly.
Then it's not so funny anymore.
So when did you like, when did this really start happening? I know we're going to kind of keep this apolitical from your perspective. You know, but when did you notice that this shift in immigration?
They were like shifting it sector to sector. So like we were still doing some ERs.
So you said Eagle Pass. You saw certain stations starting to do it.
Then we would get mandated to go help, dude. So that's the other beast of it. We'd go get mandated to go. You have to be away from your family. That's why guys on the northern border are upset. Like I got sent to Yuma. You get mandated to go to another state. So now guys are losing their marriages over helping these people in the country. You better help these people in the country, and you better go live there. Your wife, don't worry about her and your kids. They need help getting NTAORs. So we're being forced to go to these tents to help people get in and do the paperwork.
Yeah.
Away from your family. Guys were going on 30-day rotation 6 months out of the year.
Oh, damn.
And so I seen it happening. I got mandated.
So let me explain this to the audience as well. So guys, whenever there's a border crisis, and this happens like clockwork every single time during I know you're going to stay apolitical, but I'll say it to the audience. Anytime there's Democrat and there's fucking always a border crisis, right? And what ends up happening when there's a border crisis is certain Border Patrol stations get overwhelmed with people coming in. We're talking thousands, lines like going for like a mile. So what ends up happening is they don't have enough people to deal with that. So they call Border Patrol agents from other sectors that aren't as busy, whether it's up north, maybe Florida, other stations that aren't like slammed, and they tell them, you guys got to come over to help us. So these agents come in and fly in, help out, and the thing is that the whole NTAOR thing that I explained to you guys, it's a very long file. It takes a lot of time to do an NTAOR, right? Because you got to get all this information on them and all this other shit.
They've since streamlined it a bit because they want to get these people in faster, which even is more upsetting. They're cutting corners to get people in the country.
Wow.
Not to cut you off.
No.
You're on a good road, but I wanted you to know that.
No, I'm glad that you said that. So now, one of the most cumbersome ways to let somebody in that's typically reserved for special situations, they've now broadened it and given it to fucking criminals.
And made the process quickly so you can snap them. And we actually started a whole new branch called Border Patrol Processing Coordinators, where you're not a Border Patrol agent, you're a processor. You have access to a gun, but you help with remote. You don't really arrest. You do transport and files.
Wow.
And you basically, as the agent, you're just signing your name if you're at a busy station, just signing and having them sign. They're setting the file up for you. They created a whole new job around this.
Wow, just to get people in.
That's like the
You know, that I can't say why they did it, but I mean, when you 2 + 2 = 4, 100% of the time.
It makes sense. What's that position under the doctor? That's kind of like a fill-in.
Oh, physician's assistant.
Same thing.
Yeah, you could say it's a functional equivalent.
So spot on,
Damn,
bro.
bro.
So spot on.
Yeah, because this position didn't exist when I was in, because we were ERing everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
So you said some quick master, 2 + 2 = 4. So we got NGOs funding these operations. We got streamlined development of people pushing the country. The question is why?
No. I really, I want to get out of uniform for that, but no.
Okay.
Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry if it's boring for the audience. Can you repeat that one more time? Because I had something to say.
So we got literally NGOs that are funded supporting this process. Then we have as well people that are not even fully Border Patrol agents helping this process become even faster to push them in the country.
No, let me stop you, Coke. Exactly. But now we're letting them in, right? Now they're in New York. They're not honoring the detainers, brother.
Okay, this is another.
So now they're
can of worms.
NTAOR. They're beating up cops in New York City. Then they're letting them out of jail. They're not calling ICE to go grab them, to remove them.
I'll explain this in a second. I'll let you finish and I'll.
Yeah, that guy is. We're letting an NTAOR through the NGO. They're getting in the country. Then they're committing a pretty serious crime. They're not, the state and local, like NYPD, they're not calling. It's against the law to call. So now this guy's been into the country in like a quasi-legal way, commits a crime. Like those cops that got beat up in New York, ICE showed up at the jail, they weren't there. They fled, bro. So they're not even letting the feds know at the local level when these guys do commit a crime. That's even more insane, right? Or am I just out of my mind?
No, this has been a problem for a very long time. I can explain this because especially since ICE is, So, okay. Once you come into the country, guys, right, and you've been processed, right, and Border Patrol gives you your NTAOR, NTA notice to appear, right, where you're going to go see an immigration judge in your local jurisdiction of wherever the fuck you're going to go. Let's say for hypothetical purposes with Zach's story, you say, I got family in New York, I want to go to New York. You're an illegal alien. You go to New York, right?
Yeah.
You commit a crime while you're in New York. I don't like this NYPD officer. You fucking punch him, right? You get arrested. Technically, since you've been arrested and you're an illegal alien, NYPD should put a detainer on you. Well, actually, excuse me. Immigration Customs Enforcement should put a detainer on you because they get a list of everyone that's arrested and anyone that's an illegal alien, they put a detainer on them, right? It's the job of the local agency that arrested the illegal alien to hold that person so immigration can come get them
and remove them out of the country or put them in prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
So They go ahead. He goes into jail for punching a cop. They're supposed to give their manifest to immigration. Immigration looks at it. Okay, these guys are illegal. We're going to come pick them up tomorrow once they're released from the court.
Got it.
What NYPD is doing, and this is common with a lot of law enforcement agencies, especially in sanctuary states or cities, they're not honoring the detainers. So the guy punches him, commits the crime. NYPD doesn't put a detainer because maybe the mayor tells him you can't. It's illegal. It's against
Even
policy.
if it's a rape, dude.
Yeah, it's against policy. So they don't hold the body or hold the prisoner for immigration to come get him.
And then he goes back out on the street and he's still getting government resources. And there's still veterans that are messed up in the head. They need counseling, they need housing, they need food. But this guy just committed a crime in here quasi-legally on an NTAOR, and
this is a
still
very
getting
big problem.
resources.
This is with sanctuary cities. And there's a couple sanctuary cities. There's a lot of sanctuary cities in the United States. New York, San Francisco, Austin, Texas.
Boston,
Massachusetts.
They just spent $1 billion in mass. The governor spent $1 billion. This is all public record. Spent $1 billion. And then one of the political groups like, well, where'd that money go to? They can't even get the answers where the $1 billion went. And these are little kids getting raped, and you know, there's so much to it, and I want to get into it, but
yeah,
sorry
no. I just wanted to chat. Does this all make sense to you guys? Give me ones in the chat. I know we've been throwing a lot of immigration lingo at you guys. This is like literally like a class on the Immigration Nationality Act, INA. But give me ones if this is making sense, or two if you're confused. Hit 2 and then tell us why specifically you might be confused. But that's what a detainer is, and that's what he's explaining. Border Patrol lets them go. They go to New York. They commit a crime. Then the immigration officials, because once they're in the United States, it becomes ICE's problem. It's no longer Border Patrol's problem, because now they're in the interior. And the law enforcement agencies, when they arrest these illegal aliens, are not honoring immigration detainers so that these people can be removed. So it's a double whammy. They come in illegally, they commit crimes.
They get flown in, all the money, all the whole time, and they're still on the dole. They're still on the dole.
This is scary, bro.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Overwhelming ones. Awesome. Cool. Most people are getting where we're going here. Yeah, guys, like I said, we're using a lot of acronyms, but I'm trying to really explain this because I really want the American public to know what the fuck is going on here.
You're doing a phenomenal job, bro. You're doing a great job. Wow. That's why I wanted to sit down with you, because you're ex-HSI. Stuff that I can't explain, you can really put it out there, because I wasn't, I'm not a Harvard graduate kid by any means.
But this is scary what you're telling me. Because, like, dude, when I was in, none of this was going on. Everybody's getting ER. No one's getting NTAs.
I signed up to remove people, not assist them into the country so they can go commit crimes and take away resources.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm thinking?
Fucking
Let's
crazy.
say I'm a master criminal.
Yeah.
And I see people come work for me, they get arrested, they go to jail for a long time. But now with this new system, I can just find some aliens that are out from the country, hire them to work for me, do crime, and then they'll be out in 2 days. Couple days. I'm thinking like evil genius, bro. Like, well, that's crazy.
You can then bring them in, and you can basically force them to do sex work, dude. You can be a pimp, brother. I mean, it's not hard. Why do you think there's so much trafficking?
Keep in mind, they didn't document those kids at all.
They're trafficking little babies, bro. I mean, that's what's going on, bro. And you can't go find them. So what you just said, but imagine with the sex work. Forget like going to rob people. They're doing that on their own. But I'm a grown man, right? Like, I'm a little hefty, I'm a little big around the tummy, but I'm a grown dude. I could go grab 10, 15, 13-year-old girls, and now I have my own brothel, bro. They can't find these little girls.
Those kids aren't documented, so that's
they
what
can just
makes it
pay
worse.
for them. Yeah, because they don't have no bio data.
Yeah.
They show up to these addresses, and they're not there.
Wow.
But no one's speaking out, but I'm forced to be the one to speak out, and it's not really a clout thing. If it was up to me, I would just be removing people in Arizona. You guys would never see my ugly face, bro. I'd be down there working, earning a living, doing the right thing.
So let me ask you this.
So,
is there like pushback if you like catch people and you're like, no, I want to ER this guy's a criminal?
Course.
What do they tell you at the...
They just want it done, and they want it done fast. They used to brag about how many files we got done per shift. I'm like, why are we bragging about the files? Let's go as slow as possible. Let's clog this up immediately.
Yeah.
Why, as my supervisor, why do you want me to do more files? What does that entail?
So they want to get more people in.
Yeah, of course. Because then you can only hold people for a certain amount of time. Yeah. And you're talking about a lot of people, bro.
Yeah. So they're not even because it used to be how many ERs did we do? That's not the flex anymore.
No, the flex.
It's how many people come in.
How many people we OR? How many little kids do we OR? How many family units? FMUs.
What's the reason?
And then, yeah, that's for you. Yeah, and okay. And then the other thing. No, talk about it, bro. I'm not here to stop you. But the other thing. Wow. What about all the agent suicides, bro? Why do you think dudes are doming themselves? We're one of the highest rated suicides, man. Your whole entire. What if you're a 15-year agent? You took the vax because they told you to. You just like whatever. Yeah. And now you've seen 15 years of work get overturned in like 6 months. Think about all the people that you've caught over the past 15 years. You just saw that all go away. You let in more people in your career than you actually caught.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then they're like, my whole life's a lie. I gave everything. I was divorced. My wife left me. I was on a man. What do you have to live for anymore? I mean, your job shouldn't be your life, but how is it not weigh on you, bro? And you can't say nothing, and you lose your job.
Have a lot of guys resigned because of these new mandates?
I mean,
with
what's the
immigration?
economy out there? I see the chat. They tell me I'm gonna be an Uber driver, whatever. My father drives a cab. I mean, dude, not a lot of guys want to resign. They want to keep getting money.
Of course.
To me, listen, and everyone has their plan, and everyone's their own man. I'm not going to sit here and judge. I don't have I have a glass house, bro, but it's cowardly. Let's call it for what it is. I'm here. It's cowardly to at least not speak up. And it took me 3.5 years. It took me a big platform to do it, but I don't know. I'd like you guys' opinion. Do you think it's cowardly? Do you think it's
no? What you're like? I mean, me and you talked about this before.
Do you think it's like a clout thing for me? Like, it's tough because you got to really reconcile this in your brain, bro. And then I got to go back to work and see what they're gonna do to me.
Yeah.
And it's I got a family. My family, they're scared, bro. People are scared of the government. These are the big boys. You're not talking about small peanuts here. So
I mean, trust me, I know what we're looking at, Border Patrol Internal Affairs, we're looking at Office of Inspector General. I know how much you're putting in. Like, that's why me and you spoke before. I said, are you sure you want to do this? Because I already knew what was going to come.
Yeah, I got
being
right
a
with
whistleblower.
and I'm not here to push it, but I got right with my God, brother.
Yeah.
That's the one I got right with my creator, bro.
Yeah.
I said, let's do it for the kids, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the guy that should be talking about this. There's a bunch of agents that we talk about it all the time. They're smarter than me. They talk without an accent. They went to better school, whatever. But it's like, yo, I got to do what I got to do. I got to step up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
I think at this point,
it's mind-blowing.
yeah, because, bro, I don't know how many people will actually do this willingly, and that's bravery. What I will say, though, is you should go on different podcasts, too, as well. Talk about this.
Yeah, no.
I want you guys to help. I want you guys to help me too. I want you guys to help me and like keep an eye on me, brother.
Yeah.
What if they, whatever the consequences, I still got a family. I need to be able to reach out to somebody that keep the story out in the public.
We will. We absolutely will.
I don't know, man. It's like it's a catch-22, bro. Like, do you do it? Do you not? But wait on me, bro. It's like the taste in your mouth. Like you don't have no flavor no more. Like you're going through life. Before, I was catching people, returning them. It's what you signed up and expected. Now you come home to your girl and you're just like, we let another XYZ in. Like I told you about that NTAOR, because these NTAOR guys that are getting let in, they're committing crimes, and we're not charging them for those crimes. So like, they're getting.
Tell the story that you told me before with the drug trafficker. So
yeah, and then can you remind me about the child endangerment stuff?
Yeah, sure. I'll write that down.